Hello, it's Simon in the video of the day. I will take a minute to explain how I see depression because when I was studying my MBA at Laval University, a student that came home to my parents, I was still home, to see my paintings, etc., she said, and I quote her, the student at the MBA, they say, the other student, that you are a schizophrenic. After, when I was working at Desjardins Financial Security, my manager told me, and I quote her, "How is your depression?" When I was in a program last summer, a person responsible told me, and I quote her, "You have to be careful. You and me, we are in depression," in front of everybody. When I was in the jail, a guy entered the jail. He didn't, looking at me, in front of everybody, the inmates, in all the wing, in front of the security, he said, "I didn't make a mistake. It's anxiety and schizophrenia." So, along the years, I asked my mother a lot, what is mental illness? Because the philosophy of the psychology, clinical psychology, is to find everything by yourself, find an answer in your heart. See, I don't know, they don't talk a lot. Alors, to understand the difference between a psychotic episode going up or a depression going down or anxiety in the middle, being sane in the middle of that, like a thermometer. The thermometer go up, the thermometer go down, puis if it go too up, it explodes, puis too low, it's not better. So I remember that my mother, that was a nurse in psychiatry, it was the same sicknesses as today. It's the medication that didn't exist when she was a nurse. It was beginning psychiatry then. So she told me in depression, you lose your pep. You have difficulties waking up in the morning. You don't have the energy to do your day, to do your morning routine. You don't have the energy to work. Alors you cannot be self-sufficient anymore. Here in the United States, I don't have the authorization to work, but I can work. I was not in depression, not a single day, because I had the energy, the pep, I was not in psychose either, even if I was extremely confronted by violence, gas, magnetism phenomena in the ground, threats, less food, cold, rain. With all those confrontations, I never went sick in any kind of ways. I had a cold 2 times, I guess, in 4 years. So, the depression, you lose your pep, you lose the enjoyment of the activities. So, if you like to jog, to do bicycle, to play golf, you lose the fun. Alors, when you have not, you lose your fun. When it's only at work, it's my studies, my essay is burnout compared to depression with the manager of an hospital in Quebec City. That my essay that I got A, the highest note, it's like 100%. So, burnout, you feel depersonalization, physical fatigue, emotional fatigue on the job. When you arrive home, you're okay. Puis a burnout, what I read, puis when I did my essay, a burnout, you can get out of a burnout by yourself, alone. But when you're in depression, like my mother said, it takes somebody, sometimes that you knock on the door, what's going on? Sometimes the person can be sitting in the restroom for a few hours or days. Alors, I don't care, it's all good, but it's not a solution for people who are in depression. In some cases, I intervene. I went to see people. I confronted them because they were going in depression. That's individual sickness. A collective sickness, like a collective psychosis, is like a group sickness. Alors, an MBA puis in business administration, I'm a specialist, said Hélène Vigosselin, my director. I'm an international specialist, said, on organizational psychology. Alors, the psychology of a group, it's extremely interesting per group. It starts at 2. So, at the library, is not a psychologist. If you're 2, I'm a specialist international in psychology of organization. I have the training. I pass all my exams. Even if I was sick, taking medication, puis in and out the hospital. I was not aware, là, they were gassing people, some places. So, the depression, it's also an accumulated fatigue. Fatigue accumulates, but if you're not careful, you don't notice it. Alors, when it's the first time, it's your first depression or first cycles, the fatigue accumulates. It's like frustration, anger. It accumulates. Alors, when you blow up, it's because it's too accumulated. Ça, c'est the common sense psychology of my father and my mother. Don't accumulate the problems, puis don't push the problem under the carpet of the living room. Alors, in a depression, somebody must intervene because they are not able to get out of depression by themselves. They take some medication, puis people are not satisfied of many antidepressants. Alors, it's because it's accumulated fatigue, puis it takes a long time. If you go slowly in depression along the years, you will get out of depression slowly along the years. Alors, people today, they focus on irritability. It's always the patience is the name of the game. If you're patient, you're holy, you're healthy. In fact, some are impatient, some are more patient, some are primary, puis some are secondary, introvert, extrovert. Some, it's just their character. They will never change. They're not in depression. Alors, sometimes they target impatient, primary, extrovert, puis they make them angry, puis they find them problem, puis it's just because they're extrovert and primary in their character. Again, the psychology, common sense. Alors, if you take a medication like I do, an antipsychotic, you have a lot of sleepiness. After you can lose your sexual desire and sexual, you become like an angel. Tu sais, you feel nothing. Alors, it's not the same thing, feeling sleepiness, but the sleepiness go away along the day. That's a sign it's from a medication. In the morning at 6, 7, you can be very sleepy. But at 4 p.m., you're awake. That was my case every day for 30 years till I got a better medication. Alors, some, they don't have a good discernment. They don't understand psychiatric psychology the right way. Puis, they mix the side effect of a medication, an antipsychotic medication, with the depression. After being irritable, it's a symptom of depression. It's because the depression is hidden, or people, they mask their mental illness, or many, they mask it by alcohol. They don't want a medical file. They don't want to have a label. They don't want to be like Simon Boulanger. Hein? I was told, we made a meeting, we're going to make you an example. Hein? An example, he's Catholic, he's in depression, he's schizophrenic, he do outbursts. An example, he doesn't want to go back to Canada. Canada is a wonderful country. An example. Alors, when you're mentally ill, you don't take alcohol and drugs, you understand what I just said. It's like a continuum. You are more equipped when you discuss to your psychiatrist to find the right medication at the right dosage. But if it doesn't work, it's another medication, but another dosage. Alors, why losing time, getting sick and sicker along the weeks and the months when you can avoid everything? Puis I would say, if you take your medication, puis you have a good night's sleep right away, don't worry about anything. The situation is under control, puis it will never go worse. When you get back your sleep, you have a restful, like I have, a restful sleep. I take Seroquel, the medication, antipsychotic. I think it's listed antidepressant in Canada, but I don't recommend that for people in depression because of the sleepiness. Alors, if you give a medication that you like that, it doesn't help people in depression when you have a lot of sleepiness caused by a medication. So, why lose time? Puis why ruin people reputation? Je veux dire, the real winner, the real successful person is a person who's able to create jobs for everybody, puis maintain the business open 20, 30, 40 years, puis people, they don't fear to lose their job because the business go bankrupt. Alors, the game of patience, everything is a question of patience. It's not the question of patience, it's a question of having a good job, people creating good job, puis not having the fear, the constant fear to losing your job. Alors, that's once. I don't pretend I'm a psychiatrist. I don't want people to lose their life masking their mental illness with drug and alcohol. Puis, after the worst happened, the children in that suffer a lot. Alors, why losing months and years when you can have a very frank discussion with a psychiatrist?